We have an unclean spirit that seems to have settled over America and over the world. It seems that people are sitting down and trying to think up new ways to do evil, new ways to violence, new ways to hate, new ways for sex perversion. An unclean spirit.
I go right there.
Now, this is a charity event in New Orleans.
Yeah.
This don't look like a charity event to me.
Nah, that's what it's actually a charity event. I think that's a front.
Yeah. Hey man, would you close your legs? You gonna wear a dress, it's a decorum you have to follow.
Got some sheets going.
Yeah, look at the cowboy back there. Why is all the big people sitting down drinking something?
Watch it, baby. TikTok. Hi, baby.
Man.
Got us some tongue action going. Man, you see all the big people that be drinking something.
Keep it going. Keep them at the body street clear.
There's somebody else drinking something. Damn hydrated.
We got a ballerina dress on. Oh, we got a patriot there. Oh, somebody wearing the flag. I like that.
That's a patriot right there.
That's a patriot right there.
Look at them dudes.
Shalom. I would like to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I would like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all you sincere Akim, pushing this word across the four corners of the world. And as you just saw from this previous video, a so-called charity event based in New Orleans, Louisiana, known as the Red Dress Run. And it's a red theme attire event that takes place on the second Saturday of every August. And that previous clip, as you just saw, was the 30th anniversary of this red theme attire event. And that's where you see a bunch of weirdos, sodomites, careless people parading the streets of downtown New Orleans, mainly the French Quarter, Canal Street, and also Bourbon Street, where you see a lot of people drinking, celebrating, partying, being all loud and obnoxious, just being in tune with that carefree spirit. And for the most part, when you see a large gathering of people that's into that spirit of mirth, entertainment, drinks, food, music, just being so-called free without any type of limits or boundaries, you are always going to see Jake being the forefront of it. And when I say Jake, I'm referring to you biblical Israelites, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's because our people as a whole, they don't take anything serious until some type of serious tragedy or event happens to them. But this is also beautiful at the end of the day because Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua is showing tokens, like spiritual signs or declarations that this is the near end of a declining society. And I'm referring to America, which is biblically codified as Babylon the Great. And this God-forsaken kingdom is shifting more to the left daily because it's a very dark, corrupted, and immoral type of cloud hovering over this sinful kingdom. And that takes me right to Isaiah 3 verse 8. For Jerusalem is ruined and Judah is fallen. And this is referencing to the whole 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, besides the elect of the nation of Israel, who are considered as the Israel of the Most High. But for the vast majority part, 2/3 of our people within America are spiritually, emotionally, and mentally wasted out here. And that's because they are spiritually drunken by the philosophies, the ideologies of the God of this world, which is Esau Edom. Because Esau came up with this wicked event called the Red Dress Run, and as you saw from this previous video, a lot of our people gravitate unto that type of madness, which is why it stated within Isaiah, the 1st chapter, how the whole head is sick. Like the big bulk of our people are spiritual deviants. So therefore, for Jerusalem is ruined and Judah is falling because their tongue and their doings are against Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, to provoke the eyes of his glory. Verse 9, the show of their countenance do witness against them. Case example, this Red Dress Run event, where you have a bunch of Israelite so-called men parading around in dresses, which is an attire that the opposite sex supposed to be wearing. Because your countenance, it goes into your appearance, your expression, your demeanor. And no real man within his right mindset will be wearing an abomination like that. Because according to Deuteronomy 22 verse 5, a man should not put on a woman's garment and vice versa, because it's considered as an abomination to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. An abomination is considered as a disgrace, hatred, pretty much a curse in the eyes of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. So you just witness with your own eyes walking abominations. So the show of their countenance do witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not. And as you should know, Sodom was one of the ancient 5 Canaanite cities that got burned with fire. Being into strange flesh, professing all types of abominable works. And that type of wicked sacrifice, which was a consequence, led them to receive divine judgment by the Heavenly Father Yahweh. And keep in mind that word Sodom, it goes into burning, which means that they were burning within their wicked lusts, their diabolical sexual desires, being in tune with strange flesh. And that was the vibration concerning ancient Sodom, along with those 4 ancient Canaanite cities. So fast forward to nowadays, within the new spiritual Sodom, and also Egypt, referring to America, because when you read Revelation 11 verse 8, it goes into about those dead bodies that should lie in the street of the great city. And those dead bodies represent our people, again, you Israelites, that are in that dead state of mind or spirit, like they are spiritually dead. And that's because they are absent of the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Because according to Proverbs 21 verse 16, it goes into about the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So those were dry bones you saw amongst our people that was partaking into this satanic event known as the Red Dress Run. So in conclusion, it says, woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. Say ye to the righteous that it should be well with him, for they should eat the fruits of their doings. Because at the end of the day, we all have to answer for the works that we did within this body, when we all appear before the judgment seat of Yahushua. Verse 11, woe unto the wicked, it should be ill with him for the reward, which goes into your consequence that happens to someone as a result of worthy or unworthy behavior. So for the reward of his hands should be given him. And I actually took witness to this Red Dress Run event some years ago. And I'm talking about the streets of New Orleans be flooded with so-called men wearing red dresses. Like it really do be vexing to the spirit. And you do not see no outcry about it. Like everybody's all for it, celebrating, laughing, just engaging into this wicked entertainment. So Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai is hovering a deviant, degenerate, immoral spirit over the sinful kingdom America. And again, these are telltale signs that this godless nation, again, America, is about to be taken off this world stage. And that takes me right to Isaiah 19 verse 14. The Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. And the word perverse goes into like something that's contrary, something that's unreasonable, irrational, something that's depraved and perverted. Like so-called men wearing dresses are something that belongs to a woman's attire that is indeed twisted, is corrupted, is immoral. And what these proudful Americans do not know, that the sin of immorality destroys nations. That same wicked, abominable spirit, it happened to ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, ancient Rome, and now we are seeing those decaying stages happen to the revitalized Rome, which is indeed America. So they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, and the word err goes into to be an error, like to wander or astray from the principles and the guidelines of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. So and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Neither should there be any work for Egypt which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. And we are definitely seeing signs of this impending financial collapse that's coming to America, and more so an engineered financial collapse. Verse 16, in that day should Egypt be like unto women, and it should be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it, which goes into the dire calamities and afflictions Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua is going to bring upon this place. But from another side note, look at the emotional and the effeminate spirit that's upon these so-called men within spiritual Egypt, aka America, like parading around within dresses like that's supposed to give you cool points. Well, within this setup, it does give you cool points, because if you are in tune with spiritual darkness or wickedness, you will get highly elevated or rewarded within this God-forsaken kingdom. And at this red dress run event, you have all types of ethnicities of so-called men and women that partake into this madness. But from this previous video, you saw Jake being the forefront of it. And we already know through the spirit that Esau Edom, he's a Mo by nature. But our people have gravitated unto the ways of Esau Edom. And that's why Yahweh Shah stated that you are your father, the devil. Going back to the serpent, on down to Cain, then on down to Esau Edom. Like, our people are just not Mo's, they are flamboyant Mo's. Like, Jake has to show out every time he does something, even if it's in wickedness. And I was just reading the comments of the second portion of the video you saw. You had so many people stating how this is disgusting, how America's declining, is going down the drain. Pretty much righteous remarks regarding the abominable works that were displayed within that video. So therefore, this so-called event, again known as the Red Dress Run, by it being publicly displayed around the world, that's bringing forth more shameful spewing upon Esau Edom, and more so America's glory. That takes me right to Nahum 3 verse 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, referencing to America, the mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts. And a part of America's whoredoms goes into that westernization, or that Americanization, America's democracy. And what spews out of all of that? Feminism, pedophilia, the alphabet movement, just all types of filthy, polluted works. So here's the point, verse 5. Behold, I am against thee, said the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. And when you read the comment board concerning this second video, as you just saw, more and more people are calling out America of its perverted works, and rightfully so. So therefore, that's prophecy being fulfilled within these end times. So again, behold, I am against thee, said the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. And that's that shameful spirit being added upon Esau Edom, and along with his main hub, America's glory. Verse 6, and I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. So with all those abominable works America's propagating forth out there, that's provoking more anger unto Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, and for the Heavenly Father to be more justified by sending his right arm, again referring to Yahushua, to bring forth divine judgment upon this sinful kingdom, America. So with that being said, America has a special reservation unto fire. And that takes me right to Revelation 17 verse 1. And as you can see from the heading, the doom of Babylon. And it says, and there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore, referencing to America, that sitteth upon many waters, hence America's melting pot, which means that you have a large number of different ethnicities of people, ideas, philosophies, cultures, just mixed all together. Because Babylon traces back to the Hebrew word Babal, which means confusion. So therefore America, aka Babylon the Great, is indeed the city of confusion. Verse 2, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and that's referencing to the elites of Esau Edom. They conjure up all this madness of this Americanization or this westernization to America's democracy, to the religions, on down to the different philosophies and ideologies of America. And they expanded that vibration unto the 4 corners of the world. Whereas these other nations are taking heed and became seduced unto the ways of the whore. So with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. And that's referencing to that Babylonian wine, which is a wine of total disorder, chaos, and confusion. Verse 3, so he carried me away in a spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman, referencing to America, sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, and that's referencing to NATO, which is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, full of names of blasphemy. And again, what are some of those abominable words or ingredients within that Babylonian wine? You have democracy, religion, lies, idolatry, adultery, murder, covetousness, which ultimately boils into Satanism, like anything that's contrary or adverse unto the righteousness of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. And it says, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And that represents these Edomite rulerships or kingdoms. And the 7 heads are referring to Greece, British, Spanish, French, Rome, Germania Major, and Germania Minor. And 10 horns, which represents a former regional organization known as the European Economic Community that was created by the Treaty of Rome within 1957, but fast forward to nowadays is known as the EU, or the European Union. So the 7 heads and the 10 horns represents these Edomite rulerships or kingdoms. Verse 4, and the woman, again referencing to America, was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. So this whore, America, she's spiritually plagued with all types of diseases. And her toxic ways has programmed these other nations across the 4 corners of the world to mimic the ways of the whore. It's like that hive mentality. Like, for example, when you see that pop the balloon challenge, when you see one woman pop the balloon, then what happens next? The rest of the women take heed and pop the balloon. It's like a mentality of monkey see, monkey do. So these other nations, at one point in time, they marvel at the glory of America. And in some sense, they still do in today's time. However, a lot of these foreign nations are waking up into these disgusting, toxic ways of America. And again, she's being publicly displayed out there to the forefront of the true degenerate, perverted whore that she is. So, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. Verse 5, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. That is indeed America, again known as Babylon the Great. And I came across a quote, and it says, with the absence of values, society begins to decay, which explains why you're seeing declining morals and values within this American society. And everybody around the world with some type of sense are observing this. And any kingdom or rulership of the past that was attached unto the sin of immorality or moral decline, then that particular kingdom or rulership days are numbered. So therefore, how much more America, again, Babylon the Great, where this sinful kingdom has a special divine appointment unto fire. So with that, hopefully you all was edified, you all stay strong, keep pushing forward. Shalom.